Hey guys, I'm coming to you with a dream. Um, this is a dream I had this morning on January 29th, 2021. Just to start off, I've never had a dream like this before. It was very clear, very detailed, yet not detailed as well. So there's mystery in this, but there's full, complete, here you go in this video. So please take this to the Lord. Pray about this. If anyone has any confirmations or connections or revelations or dreams that connect with this, I would love to hear it. Not just for me, but for the whole body of Christ. We're a community. We all need to hear this. Please, I feel so heavy in my heart to take heed of this warning. Take heed of this dream. Okay. So here we go. The beginning of this dream, I was in a hospital. Okay. I was at the first floor of this hospital. In this dream, I have knowings. Everyone has had that dream where you just have a download or a knowing what's going on from the Lord. So in this dream, I knew I was in a hospital. This hospital had a brown floor. It was more like brown floor, brown walls, but it was very polished, very nice. In the beginning of this dream, I was in front of a elevator, and I was in the dream, but more observant. They didn't know I wasn't partaking in the dream. I was observing everything going on. In front of this elevator, I saw a man who had to be about 6'1", 6'2". He was older, looked like he was in his late 40s, Caucasian. He had a receding hairline. I could depict him. This is how detailed this dream was. I could depict him if you showed me him. And he was in his late 40s. There was a woman as well. She was about 5'1", 5'2". She had curly hair. She was Caucasian. Her hair was brown. Her face had makeup, blue eyes. Looked like they were kind of from the 1970s kind of thing. So in what I'm observing these two people, I see first that this man is carrying or has this type of hand truck or dolly or some type of contraption. On this contraption, it's, you know how a hand truck is where you have the rails and it comes down, where you have the things you put on it to roll, right? At the bottom where you would put something on to roll it, it wasn't the same type of contraption. This thing was wrapped, whatever this contraption was, it was flesh. It was flesh wrapped around the bottom, you could say, of a dolly. And it was wrapped around, and I knew it was human flesh, okay? I tried to draw this the best way I could, and I'm sorry, I'm not an artist. So it looked like this. And you see how the wheels are? It wasn't tall. It was about like half his size. So there's the wheels, there's the handles, and here it was literally, you see how these lines? It was flesh wrapped around it. Literal human flesh. Now, it looked like fresh. Didn't look like it was decayed. So I'm looking at them, and he's having this thing in his hands, and he's waiting to get on the elevator. I then see the woman who has the curly hair. I don't know how she obtained it, but I don't know who gave it to her. But all I saw was that she had this like platter or platform in her hand, and there was money in it, stacks of money. I mean, there was bands of money, okay, bands. And as I saw it come into this platform she had in her hands, and as it did, she started counting it, and she was counting, making sure it was the right amount. She counted out $125,000. $125,000. And when she counted that money, she was kind of excited, happy, but she was satisfied, okay? She was satisfied. She looked at the tall man, and that was his cue to go, okay? She had got the money. She got the money, and the man, who I believe was working with her, went on in the elevator, okay? They didn't really even talk too much. She was more satisfied with the money, looked at him, and he went on. Okay, now, when he went onto the elevator, I instantly knew from the knowing of God, he was going to the top floor of this hospital, and he was going to release this flesh thing, this flesh dolly thing. But in this, I knew that this flesh inside of it had a bioweapon or a bio bomb. Okay. I couldn't depict it, but all the guy was showing me is that there's a weapon, a biological weapon in here. I didn't know if it was an explosion or bomb. When I saw him go up on the elevator, I knew exactly he was going to the top floor, okay? As he was going to the top floor, I thought, as I was observing, is that, oh man, when he gets to the top floor, he's going to release that bomb. It's going to be a big explosion. So as I'm waiting at the first floor, I'm thinking I'm waiting for an explosion to happen off. When that doesn't happen, when I'm thinking that, the scene changes to where I'm on the top floor outside of the room this man went to. This room had, if you were to go into an ER where it has those double doors and they swing open when someone's trying to rush someone into the ER, into that final room when they're about to die or whatever. This was that, but it wasn't a death room. This was just those double doors. So I'm looking, if the doors are here, I'm on the left side looking at the door that man went in with the bomb. And so I'm like, okay, I'm looking at the door. And then all of a sudden, as I see that, the scene changes where I'm in the room now. I'm looking at my notes. So as I'm in the room, I'm looking around. And the first thing I see about 2 or 3 nurses. One nurse who I knew, she had blonde hair. I could tell her facial features. She had a mask on, which they all do because it's in a hospital, not because of coronavirus, because they're in a hospital. She was like this. She was shocked. All the nurses were shocked. The patients were shocked. They were all just shocked because this biobomb had exploded in there. The man had completed it. In this room, I did not see the man. I don't know where this man went. I don't know how he was there and gone, and no one seemed to care about what the man did or finding this man. Okay, the man was just non-existent. While I'm in this room watching these nurses, especially this Caucasian one with the blonde hair, I see like a small little 5-inch puddle of blood in front of their feet. As I see that, I'm like, okay, I get like, okay, where's the explosion? I'm not seeing any debris. I'm not seeing anything, no burnt anything, no singed, nothing. While I'm looking at that small 5-inch speck of blood on the floor, I then hear a nurse say, let me see what I wrote. I then hear a nurse say, to pick up the limbs of whatever happened. Now, I don't know if these were the patients in their limbs, but I believe it was the bioweapon that went off. Because remember, this bioweapon was wrapped in flesh. Okay, so I believe whatever this man did, if it was an explosion, however it happened, those limbs went everywhere. That might explain the blood, because once again, there was no explosion of a bomb. As I'm looking and scanning, the scene changes to where I'm seeing I was looking at a side view of just a couple of nurses inside the room. Then the scene changes where I see the whole room. I'm looking and I see hospital beds that are empty. Some are empty, some are filled with patients. I see nurses kind of scattered standing, and I could just feel shock from the patients and the nurses. Now, I believe in this dream, the bioweapon went off in the flesh, that whatever it exploded, the flesh had the weapon. And so as it hit everyone else, the blood, it contaminated them. Now, the next thing I saw was a patient. He wasn't laying down in the bed, but he was seated up in his bed like this, and I only saw his back. I could only see his back, where they put the gown on you. It was open. On the, let's say, towards his waist up. I saw him scratching at his back, and it looked like it was literally a straight line like this, but in the midst of his back, his skin was peeling. Some of his flesh was showing. It looked like there was between a rash and his skin dried out and peeling off. And I saw him scratching it like it was itching and irritating, but he couldn't see it. But he was feeling it and scratching because it was itching. After that, the dream ended. So I didn't get any more. So after praying on this, I had this dream about 5 or 6 in the morning. And I woke up and I was praying to the Lord. And I was like, Lord, is this a dream from you? And he said, yes. And then I instantly got up and just started writing all this down because it was so much detail. So this is the dream. Now, what I got out of it, and please go into prayer about this because I only have a puzzle piece, and this is a big puzzle piece, is that I didn't feel urgency. I don't have a time frame. I couldn't correlate this to coronavirus or anything else. This seemed like something new. Also, I don't know what kind of virus this was. The only thing I understand from this dream was that this bioweapon or bio bomb was released at the top floor of some hospital. Now, what this could be is that the contraption this man had that I drew could be very symbolic. It doesn't have to be that literal. This could be a type of attack from money, of course, and that this man carrying this or wheelbarrowing this bomb was showing that there's a bioweapon in the flesh, and maybe there's going to be some kind of attack on hospitals. There could be an attack on multiple hospitals. There could be a released bioweapon in the hospital, okay, where people thought they were going to get help and healed, right? Remember, there was so much shock I saw. It was just complete shock that this happened. But once again, I couldn't find the culprit, and the culprit wasn't shown. So I'm just being obedient. I'm just sharing the stuff the Lord gave it to me. You guys go into prayer about this. If there's anything you guys have to connect with this, please share it with me. Share it with the body of Christ in the comments and whoever you want to. Please get this video out there. It's not about me. It's about what God has shown. So that is it. I'll leave it up there. I love you guys. I'll talk to y'all later.